going on? Uh, yeah, I got cut off from other video. It's like, I just seen this RT video, man. It had China on it training, and they had Bowman on there, and they also had people running on the wall. So I was going back to these prophecies of where it talks about the army from the east that will not, the army of the, there's the army, but there's also the king or the beast system, which is of the dragon. And the Chinese, their national symbol, their ethnic symbol as well, is the dragon. So they're not the only ones. The Mayan symbol was the flying feathered serpent, shimmering serpent. Same thing. The fiery dragon that's spoken of in Isaiah, Isaiah 14. O thou Lucifer, how art thou fallen? Like a lightning bolt, like it says, Satan's time is short. Behold, I beheld Satan fall as lightning. So once again, lightning attack. That goes to Blitzkrieg, back to Hitler. They attack by land, sea, and air. It's also a sun symbol, which the swastika people don't know this. It was a sun symbol. It's the backward sun. Odin, also the one-eyed man. The black sun. So it's talking about a sun, but it's like more like a spiritual thing, like Nubaru or something, dude. The destroyer. Listen, Apollyon, the angel of the bottomless pit, is known as the destroyer. The sun symbolism and mythology is heavy in China as well, so they do fit descriptions of that army that will not stumble. They'll stab them, they won't die. On chariots and horses, and 200 million man army, 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. This might be it. Just watch out when that river Euphrates dries up and that angel comes out, and then there's a pathway to Jerusalem. I mean, it's like I think it's in Matthew, or I'm not sure which one it is, but it says, "Those in Judea, when you see the desolation spoken of in Daniel, flee ye unto the mountains." It's like, man, all the people in Israel, y'all need to just prepare to flee out of Jerusalem. Let the enemies have it. They'll be there, and then there'll be a big. They're gonna wipe that. They're gonna attack that eventually, man. It's just so there's no sense in sitting there forever and then perishing. You know what I'm saying? Trying to hold on to something that. I mean, I don't know. You're trying to fight God's word, man. The prophecy. These things shall be fulfilled. They're being fulfilled right before us. Like I'm telling you, the Chinese video on RT right now. Is that, look, it's the expert marksman whose arrows shall not return home. And people don't really talk about no beef with China, man. Everyone's worried about Russia. Everyone's worried about the terrorists. And these guys are kind of over there real silent, man. It's like, is that Sun Tzu over there? You know what I'm saying? But it's not a joke, man. The shit ain't no joke. That's a lot of people over there. So I guess this is point to the mountain, strike the grindstone as well, man. And Jacob's trouble, it shall come like a whirlwind, like a sudden desolation, and it's an army of. I mean, I'm not sure if it's the locust army. But is it in China's also into their industry? I mean, we don't even know the type of technology they got. If we're seeing the electromagnetic spectrum weapons that Russia's got, I mean, in China shows a lot of stuff on their propaganda, their national, what is that called, man? Nationalism, kind of communist military parades and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, they don't look like no joke. They do the stuff on purpose. They're kind of flexing their muscle real quick on camera. Kind of like when you watch those dudes that work out and they get all oiled up and they shine up their guns, right? And they all go show off their guns. That's what they do a little bit. And they're telegraphing the Isaiah expert marksman and it's when also the one where it talks about the land of the where the merchants will stand in the sea, and they will look and they will cry because they had great wealth and riches from the hindermost nation prophecy. Uh, it's also the destruction of Babylon prophecy. These things are all linked up. You got to understand these different Bible prophecies from different prophets during different times are linked up sometimes, and you gotta, I don't know, man. It's you gotta jump around. It's almost like the prophecy was written in different books by different people at different times, so that you wouldn't understand it until after they all came to pass. You go back and look at all these things, and you can be like, "Oh, this prophet was speaking about this," like the Joel connection with the Isaiah arrows prophecy and the flaming arrows, expert marksman. Then looks like a desolation of the abomination of desolation over there with Jesus when he speaks in Matthew 24, abomination spoken of Daniel. Then you look into the Revelations. Oh, I behold Satan as a lightning bolt come down. You can see how these things are all connecting and they line up like it's like a string. If you keep wrapping it in a circle, in a circle, in a circle, though it's in a straight line, when you wrap it in a circle, all these things overlap. And this, even though the string as it wraps isn't separate to this piece, they overlap in a circle like that. And these things, it's crazy like that. That's how the Bible even works. In all actuality, line upon line, little by little, precept upon precept. This is the way by which we learn these things. And as prophecy is fulfilled in the same cycle, and you can line upon line, precept upon precept, little by little, it comes to pass. And this is the first little nudge that I've seen from the mainstream that is telegraphing just that the expert marksman arrow shall not return, the hindermost nation, the army that comes as a desolation, as a great tumult. Their latchet on their shoe will not be broke. They will not stumble. They will not sleep. They will not stop. They can't be killed. They will run on the wall. They shall dash children to pieces in front of people. This really could be about to go down with the get down. No joke ski. So everyone, you know what I'm saying? Make peace with those people. Cling to your brethren. You know what I'm saying? Cling to the brethren. Make peace with the people. I basically forgive and set things. It's almost like when you write your will out right now, dude. We gotta walk almost like as if we're on death row, man. I mean, at least for the body, it's death row that we live. Once you pick up, once you start walking the word out, well, it's you got a target on your back and on your forehead from then on out, and you literally are like marked for death, like they were doing with the people in Syria and giving them the N with the dot on their door, man, the Nazarene symbol. That means they did a counterfeit kind of like Passover. You know what I'm saying? Where instead the enemy went and marked. You know what I'm saying? The children of God, but they partook of the wine of the wrath of God. You know what I'm saying? When they did that, I mean, maybe there's time to repent, maybe not. Maybe the blood of the prophets is on you again on this generation now. You know what I'm saying? We don't know. We don't know who's in Syria. We don't know which holy men was out there. We don't know the true evil of it. They didn't know about really what happened in at least the public didn't know what really happened in Nazi Germany until many, 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 many moons later. Just like with the Indian situation, people really don't know what really happened with the Indian situation until many, 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 many moons later. You know what I'm saying? It's so we ain't gonna know about really what went down till later, or we may never even get a chance to even really know the truth, because the same fate may await us, and they'll make it disappear or draw it out, so they can hide their crimes in plain sight again, because no one's looking for them. You know what I'm saying? But And here's the thing: as in the days when Nebuchadnezzar overthrew Israel, are the days as now. Basically, what it is when your nation was blessed by God, like say America was blessed by God Himself, and we've become corrupt and evil, just like the enemies. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, God gives His favor to the enemies for a while, so you can learn what it's like to be overruled by corrupt people, because this is what we have done to people. I mean, not me and you necessarily, but listen, the leaders we live under. So their sin, we might suffer for it. Everyone suffers when they transgress too far. We all got to feel that judgment. And it's like in the Bible when it says, the sun shine on the wicked as well as the righteous, and the rain fall on the righteous as well as the wicked. And we're coming to a time as such where, listen, the rain's going to fall on the righteous. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's going to fall on the wicked too, but it's going to fall on the righteous and hard first. You know what I'm saying? And the sun is going to shine on the wicked first. But in the end, they get the rain, the hard rain, the heavy rain. But us in the beginning, the latter rain is worse, because it's because it depends where you're at and what your intentions are. You know what I'm saying? If you're the wicked or the righteous, are you oppressed? The wicked oppresses the righteous. So if you ain't oppressed, well, hey man, chances are you're in the 2/3, I guess, what some people call it, or the 333 of the powers and principalities in high wickedness and spiritual places. You know, and once again, like I was saying, with this dragon, serpent, snake, the basilica, the Vatican is the cockatrice, the fiery flying serpent, China, the serpent, just the serpent of light. That's the Mayans. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's all throughout history, and it's a re-emergence of this old pagan way of the blood, the dragon, sun kings. Basically, they want to reconstitute the dragon sun king religion, which that's Quetzalcoatl, that's your pharaohs, that was the emperor of China, the yellow emperor or whatever. I'm not sure, but it's one of those type figures. And you go out through history, you can see this the same figure emerge, and it seems like the snake, the dragon, the devil. I mean, you know, the lightning bolt is a jagged, long line like a snake, right? If you look at the Mayans and their sun dragon pyramid, it's like a big jagged lightning bolt going down the side of the pyramid. So there's the signature of of the adversary, of the accuser that stands before God, that accuses the brethren day and night. I mean, yeah, man, everyone is guilty probably in a lot of cases of these sins. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's one of the reasons, you know, why they get the right to persecute everyone. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, that's deep, man. So you gotta set it in your mind, man, a little bit, to not premeditate what you're gonna say when the time comes, man. You know, you gotta more or less prepare to for persecution, man, to be delivered up, or even that dashed to pieces in front of everyone or those arrows of expert marksmen that shall not return. Chances are, man, one of those things is going to get us at some point in the near future. It's more near than distance. It's like what the angel said to Ezra: if time was a bucket of water, the only time is left is drops. And that was 500 BC that the angel said that to Ezra. That the time that is left, it's like if time was fire, all that's left is just smoke. Not even embers, just little vapors of smoke. And that was in 500 BC. So that's where we're at in the prophetic time clock. Just in case you didn't know, you know what I'm saying? You could call me crazy. Go ahead, man. Let me be a fool. But what I'm telling you, everything that I tell you that lines up with the Bible is the truth. You know what I mean?